Every night, you probably crawl into a soft bed, pull up a blanket, maybe scroll on your phone for a few minutes, and fall asleep. It feels completely normal. But what if I told you that for most of human history, people didn't sleep like you do today? There were no mattresses, no pillows, no bedrooms, no alarm clocks. Some people slept in caves surrounded by wild animals. Others believed sleeping for 8 straight hours was strange. Entire families often shared a single bed. And for centuries, people would actually wake up in the middle of the night and think nothing of it. So how did humans survive before modern bedrooms? And why has the way we sleep changed so dramatically over thousands of years? Let's travel back through history and uncover the surprising evolution of one of the most important parts of our lives, sleep. Spend roughly 1/3 of our lives asleep. If you live to be 75 years old, you'll spend around 25 years sleeping. Yet despite how essential sleep is, the way humans sleep has constantly evolved. Our ancestors didn't simply close their eyes and drift off in cozy beds. Every era brought new challenges, from predators and freezing temperatures to disease, insects, overcrowded homes, and later, artificial light. To understand how we sleep today, we first need to go back, all the way to the beginning. Imagine living 100,000 years ago. There were no cities, no villages, no locks on your doors. Every sunset brought a new danger. Large predators like lions, hyenas, wolves, and saber-toothed cats roamed the landscape. Sleeping deeply could mean never waking up again. Early humans had to be extremely careful about where they rested. Sometimes they slept inside caves, but caves weren't always safe. Bears, big cats, and other animals often claimed them first. More commonly, humans built temporary shelters using branches, leaves, animal hides, and grass. Archaeologists have even discovered evidence of ancient grass bedding dating back nearly 200,000 years, showing that our ancestors intentionally created more comfortable sleeping areas long before the invention of mattresses. But comfort wasn't their biggest concern. Safety was. Researchers believe someone in the group often remained awake to keep watch while others slept. Fire became humanity's greatest nighttime protector. Not only did it provide warmth, but its light and smoke helped keep dangerous animals away. For the first time, humans could sleep with a little more confidence. Even today, scientists believe our ancestors' fear of nighttime predators helped shape many of our modern sleep instincts, like waking up at unexpected sounds. Our brains still remember dangers that disappeared thousands of years ago. For thousands of years, the ground was humanity's mattress, but eventually, people began raising themselves above it. The earliest beds weren't luxurious. They were simple wooden platforms covered with straw, grass, reeds, leaves, or animal skins. Sleeping off the ground helped people stay warmer, avoid insects, and escape damp soil that could cause illness. Ancient Egyptians were among the first civilizations to build raised wooden beds around 5,000 years ago. Ironically, these beds looked surprisingly modern. Some even had carved legs resembling animal feet. However, only wealthy families owned them. Most ordinary people still slept on woven mats spread across dirt or stone floors. Your bed wasn't just a place to sleep, it became a symbol of wealth. Today, we're taught that a good night's sleep means getting 7 to 8 uninterrupted hours. But for centuries, many people didn't sleep that way at all. Across medieval Europe and likely in many other parts of the world, it was common to have 2 separate sleeps. People would go to bed shortly after sunset and sleep for about 4 hours. This was known as the first sleep. Then, sometime around midnight, they would naturally wake up. Not because of an alarm, not because they had insomnia, it was simply normal. For the next hour or two, people prayed, talked with family, read by candlelight if they could afford candles, tended the fire, checked on animals, or even visited neighbors. Only after this quiet period would they return to bed for their second sleep, lasting until sunrise. Historians have found countless references to this pattern in diaries, court records, literature, and medical writings. For people of the time, waking in the middle of the night wasn't considered a problem. It was just part of life. It wasn't until the Industrial Revolution, with factory schedules and fixed working hours, that uninterrupted sleep gradually became the modern expectation. If you walked into a medieval home, you might be surprised by what you saw. Privacy was almost non-existent. Entire families often shared a single room. Parents, children, grandparents, and sometimes even guests slept side by side. Beds were expensive, so owning one was a sign of comfort and status. Most people slept on straw-filled mattresses or simple sacks stuffed with hay. These had to be replaced regularly because they became damp, dirty, and infested with insects. The wealthy, however, slept very differently. Their beds were large wooden frames with thick mattresses stuffed with feathers, curtains that surrounded the bed for warmth and privacy, and embroidered blankets. Some noble beds were so valuable that they were passed down through generations like treasured family heirlooms. Where you slept revealed your place in society. Today, a pillow is something most of us barely think about, but thousands of years ago, pillows looked nothing like the soft cushions we use now. In ancient Mesopotamia, many people rested their heads on hard stone or wooden headrests instead of fabric pillows. These supported the neck while keeping the head elevated, protecting hairstyles and helping reduce insects crawling onto the face during the night. Ancient Egyptians also used carved headrests, especially among the wealthy. To them, these objects were not only practical, but also symbols of status and protection. Soft pillows stuffed with feathers, wool, or cotton appeared much later and were considered luxury items that only the rich could afford. Blankets followed a similar story. Early humans wrapped themselves in animal skins to survive freezing nights. Over time, woven wool blankets became more common, but they were still expensive. Many poor families relied on simple cloth coverings or shared body heat to stay warm through the winter. For most of history, a warm, comfortable night's sleep wasn't guaranteed. It was a privilege. For thousands of years, the sun controlled human sleep. People usually woke with the sunrise and went to bed soon after sunset. Their daily rhythm was guided by nature, not by a clock. Then, in the late 18th and 19th centuries, everything changed. The Industrial Revolution transformed the way people lived and worked. Factories needed workers to arrive at the same time every day, often before sunrise. Instead of following daylight, people now followed strict schedules. As cities grew, gas lamps and later electric lights allowed streets, homes, and workplaces to stay bright long after dark. For the first time in history, millions of people could stay awake deep into the night. Around the same time, affordable alarm clocks became common in homes. Replacing the natural wake-up call of the rising sun, sleep was no longer controlled by nature. It was controlled by the clock. The place where we sleep also changed dramatically. Wooden frames evolved into metal. Bed straw mattresses gave way to spring mattresses, then foam, memory foam, and hybrid designs. Bedrooms became private spaces instead of crowded family rooms. Air conditioning kept temperatures comfortable. Soft pillows, warm blankets, blackout curtains, and quiet rooms turned sleep into something people could personalize. What was once a luxury reserved for kings and nobles slowly became part of everyday life for millions around the world. Yet, despite all these improvements, modern sleep faces a challenge our ancestors never imagined. Ironically, we now have the most comfortable beds in human history, but many people struggle to sleep. Instead of predators outside the cave, we face glowing phone screens, endless notifications, late-night entertainment, stress and busy schedules. The blue light from electronic devices can delay the release of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep, making it harder to fall asleep. Many of us stay awake far later than our bodies naturally would. In some ways, modern technology has given us comfort, but it has also taken us further, away from the natural sleep patterns that guided humans for thousands of years. The history of sleep is more than the story of beds and blankets. It's the story of human survival, from sleeping in caves while someone stood guard, to sharing crowded medieval homes, to waking for a first and second sleep, to today's memory foam mattresses and smartphones. The way we sleep has always reflected the world around us. So tonight, when you climb into your bed, remember this. Your bedroom is the result of thousands of years of human innovation, adaptation, and resilience. And while our ancestors dreamed beneath the stars, around campfires or inside simple shelters, their journey is the reason you can sleep so comfortably today. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden history behind something we all do every day, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Lost Line History, and turn on notifications so you never miss another journey into the past. Until next time, keep exploring history, one story at a time.